What's up, everybody? Marvin Four here with Great American Survival, and in today's video we're talking kayaks. Now we've got a new kayak right here that's from Vibe Kayaks. This is the Yellowfin 100. Guys, we were looking for a kayak that was super stable, easy to paddle, and made it a little more stable when it came to fishing, so we weren't worried about people flipping. I've heard nothing but good things about this kayak. I paddled one last summer and it paddled very, very well, especially in current. So if you're looking for a kayak that does a little bit more than just get by, stick with us. I'll tell you all about it. This video is intended for all ages. All right, now first off, let's talk about the kayak itself. The kayak itself, being it's 100, that means it breaks down to where it's 10 feet in length, 32 inches across, which makes it for a very stable kayak. The weight of the kayak itself without everything in it is 50 pounds. That's for the boat itself. Then they start adding handles and hatches and chairs and rails. That takes it up to a fully loaded weight of 64 pounds. You got rod holders, we got handles, we got bungees. I mean, this thing's smooth. I like this kayak a lot. Like I said, I paddled one last summer for the first time, and then I went out and I tried to get myself a skipjack, and when we got it home and it was damaged, and we just couldn't get our hands on another one. So this time we're going with the Yellowfin. The Yellowfin 100, wonderful option, great kayak. I really like it. First off, up front, big, heavy, ergonomic grab handle. Very nicely done. I mean, recessed, very smooth. I like that it rounds off, so if you're gonna put it on a rooftop, that it's gonna go up and over, and it's gonna be that much easier. The rails, everything's flush with the seat removed. Easy to use, very nice. Up front, right in the middle, two huge 8-inch cargo hatches. Both have these dry bags in them. Both are really easy to use, big, wide. You can use both hands, you can use one hand. Boom, I like it. I like it a lot. The foot area, let's go over to it. All right, let's start off. This is the Footwell area. This is all the only thing I'd say about this, I wish they could have done it a little different, made a little more room, because this is real narrow, but they kind of make up for it. You got two footrest, adjustable, easy to adjust, gear tracks up here. What are these? 10-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch? Forgot what they said they were. I'm not sure. Very nice, very nice. You come back here, you got scupper holes. You got 8, you got 6 up front, 2 in the very rear. Now, scupper holes, this came with 8 scupper plugs. Big, nasty plugs that fill these holes up and keep them safe. The good thing about scuppers, now understand, when you're using a kayak, your scupper holes are designed for when water comes over your boat and goes in, they go out. If you're paddling a boat and your boat, you have water standing in this, when you're standing still, there's no water, water's just here, you're probably overloading that boat. Now that just happens, it happens. Right here, we've got ourselves a fishing, a thing for a Scotty mount to put a rod holder, very cool. Here, 2 forward-facing rod holders, awesome. Bottle holder, another storage area. These little nook areas are very, very handy. This, I would have liked them to have molded the sides where it drained out so it wasn't standing water. The first week we had this, it rained so much at our house. These had the scupper holes were all plugged up. The boat almost sank in my backyard. It had it had a lot of water all the way up on top of it, and it was floating in my backyard. That's crazy. That's how much it rained here in Georgia. Now let's move back a little further. Like I said, we have 2 side hole handles. These things make it really handy when you're loading and unloading this kayak. The seat is awesome. The seat is a great recreational seat. Take it out, sit it somewhere up on the bank. If you wanted to fish some more, what I do with most of mine is I'll turn it around like this. I'll sit somewhere because it's easier for me to hang my feet off of, and I'll sit there and I'll run it up on the bank, and I'll sit there and fish off the back of it if I'm river fishing. Not fishing in the current, but just find a place where I want to chill and relax. Boom, that's what's going to happen. Chair, very nice, very easy to use. Was kind of confusing the way it comes, because it comes to you apart. You got a bungee here. That holds your chair down. These right here hold your chair down. They stretch over the handles. These right here, 3,600 Plano storage boxes. 2 of them, 1 on each side. 3,600. That's the smaller boxes, but still. Now, the only thing I was kind of surprised with this, there is no high and low setting. It's just one setting deep down in here, but at least you know your seat's not going to go anywhere. Very, very cool. Right here, I don't know if you can see that. That right there is your paddle holder. There's one on each side. Awesome. I mean, I like this boat. I like the skipjack. Mine was just damaged when I got it. Like I said, another awesome option. Rear-facing rod holders. Now, what this does, now mostly the rear ones that face out, I use them for my camera boom. If you want, I'll put a link down below to the video I did showing you how to make that video, how to make that the GoPro holder. It's very simple, works great. Mine broke last weekend when I was fishing. I was very sad. Back here in the tank well area, huge tank well area, lots of room. Stick your kayak crate back here, your milk crate. Stick a big cooler back here if you're running down the river having a party. 2 huge scupper holes. These are awesome. Everything about this, when it sits up high, so if water comes in, water goes out. Lots of access bungee. High vis bungee. Easy quick release straps, making it where your configuration is only limited by your attitude and how you think, because you can sit there and tie this down, stretch it over something. Lots of different options. Another awesome handle. Now, the thing I think is important, lots of people aren't going to pay attention to this, but if you're carrying a kayak up front, you want it sideways. You want it like this to make it where you can carry it rear-handed, carry it like this behind you and walk easily, not be banging into your feet, not hitting your shins. This one right here is the opposite. You want it across, making it where you're holding it out in front of you and it's not hitting your knees. Back here, drain plug. Very, very cool. Drain plugs make it where these boats, rotomolded boats like this, are gonna take on water. I live in Georgia, lots of humidity. That's just gonna happen. Just from being outside, they'll gather humidity builds up, and it ends up in your boat. It goes in through these little rod holders and it seeps down through these little gaps. It just gets in there. Then you're just gonna flip it over, stand it up on its end, and it's gonna drain out. Let's flip this boat over and I'm gonna show you the bottom and what makes it paddle so well. All right, now when you're looking at this boat, this is why this boat tracks really, really well. It doesn't have a lot of rocker, meaning if you look down it, it's got a constant line running the length of this keel. Now the keel is really important on a kayak. One, it makes it where the kayak's gonna cut through the water and it's just gonna flow. And these little rungs right here are what help it be more and more stable. I mean, this thing is amazing. I was really impressed with this. Now I'm gonna have to look at trying out some of these other yellowfins, maybe the 120. But I thought the skipjack was just a little too small for me, but this thing right here is definitely not. It works great. Before I forget, now this is the only negative I have about this boat so far, is when I got my skipjack, it came in the whole rear end, back where the rear plate was crushed. This one has this real deep groove in the side. Kind of a concern, but so far it hasn't been. You can see how the color was there. It's almost like it was in the mold. I don't know what it is, because it goes down the whole side of this boat like this. So, all right, so as you see, this is a cool boat. Now for the $800 price range, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some more research, see if there's anything else that I think is as good or if better than this in this price range. But for $800, this is an awesome boat. I like this boat. It paddles really well. Like I said, I paddled it on the river. We were up on the Chatoog, had a good time with it. I like the boat. This one right here, like I said, I wanted a boat that could handle going upriver. We fish here in Georgia. We fish the Chattahoochee a lot. I wanted a boat that was going to be able to handle going upriver and floating down. Several of our places, you're hitting into almost rapid style, where you're having to deal with some serious current. You can't do that with a boat that can't handle turning at all. Now the rocker's not quite as curved as we would like it to be, but that keel on the bottom is gonna make it where as long as you're going straight, you're gonna be able to paddle upstream very easily. But man, if it gets caught in turns, it's gonna wanna turn quick. It's not gonna wanna turn around sharp. but it's going to want to turn sideways. Do risk flipping that boat over when that does happen. But this thing, make sure if you're out on the water, make sure that seat's strapped down. Those things set you back between $100 and $250, depending on the kayak company. But I'll put a link down below to Vibe. Go over and check out them and all their cool kayaks they have to offer. We'll have a lot more about this kayak in the future, have some on the water tests, and just be able to tell you how this thing holds up over the next few months. So make sure you check back with us, be part of this community. And guys, thanks again for coming by. Hope you had a great week, and make sure you take time this week to get out there. Enjoy yourself, enjoy nature, be prepared, and stay safe. God bless, guys. We'll see you soon.